I will turn my volume up. I will turn y'all's volume up. And apparently you do have some good things to say.
Action!
Action! Yes. Greetings and salutations, travelers. Welcome back to the Planar Crossroads, and welcome back to our Rise of the Runelords game. We are on episode 26. For those wanting to know, I will update that right now while I'm talking to y'all. Live updates. What is this? This is normal. That's what this is. The Planar Crossroads has lots of different, some different announcements since we've updated a few things. So we'll go into that in just a minute. But first, our disclaimer. This is an adult podcast that sometimes features adults, that sometimes use adults' language. You have been warned.
Kane, go now! The plan must go! Attack!
No, I'm not doing it.
You coward! Damn it, Kane!
There we go.
There you go. There's your poopy language.
Shoo. But before we get into the game, let's get the announcements out of the way real quick. Less than 5 minutes, usually around 3, sometimes just 2. You can time me. Here we go. The Planar Crossroads and Black Dragon Gaming both have their Patreon going on, so if you want to support us on Patreon, you can, either one of the channels. If you want to support the Planar Crossroads through Subscribestar instead, you have that option. We're over there as well. And for those that support us on either one of those platforms, we do have rewards in the way of not just supporting this content, but 3D printing service for your minis. So you are entitled to a different, depending on your tier, a different type of reward. It's all over there, and I'll be putting out a video at some point in the near future about what all of the different reward levels give. As far as other announcements, I don't really think we have any. We're going to be doing our recording, as of when we're recording right now. We'll eventually get our 500 subscriber one-shot recorded and up for everybody to enjoy. So that will also take place. And I believe that's it. Tommy, do you got anything for Black Dragon Gaming?
I mean, we're 45 minutes in. We should probably just run. I will say, I GM my APs in tornado warnings, and you do not.
That's right, I don't.
No.
Because...
Yeah, no, I was told that as soon as the sirens went off, like, nope, you gotta go, Tommy. And then I came back after, and then the power went out, and then it just kind of did this forever. It was a fun session. But Let's go punch giants. I mean, I'm going to take a nap and watch the casters magic giants.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we'll see whether that's going to be a wise decision or not. As all of the viewers can see, we are no longer on the Storval. Well, we're on the Storval Plateau. We're not at the Storval Stairs, because when we last left our heroes, they had split up to let the marshals kind of recover, and Kellery stayed back with them. They were going to kind of rest up a bit, get their hit points, and meta-wise get their hit points back. But also they leveled last time we were playing, not last session. So they had a bit to do on that, a bit to learn from, perhaps. However, the two of the casters, well, actually all the casters left. So, no, technically... Kellery is a caster. So, even though in 2nd edition he wouldn't be a caster, but that's different.
So I cast out of a bottle.
Yeah.
He's got his elixirs in a bottle, baby. Okay.
Thank you, Christina.
So they went on to the Jorgenfist fortress, and they found out as they were traveling that sure, it wasn't very hard to get there by flight. It took a couple hours to try and cover the distance really well and navigate, especially in the cold, because it is still cold. It is still Callistrial, which is February to us. So there is that to deal with, which means flying right now isn't a problem, but if there's any kind of inclement weather, it might be. Oh no! We dropped Kane now! There he is. He came back. Okay.
I hit the wrong button.
Don't hit the wrong button. Hit the right button. Okay.
The subscribe button.
Ha-ha!
Aha!
There you go.
Why is that the wrong
Finally,
button?
after like 4 years, we managed to get into the subscribe button drop.
telling people to subscribe. It's weird that people do that without being told. Won't do that without being told to. But oh. All right. They've come to Jorgenfist to investigate, kind of scout out. It wasn't confirmed that they were going to clear the dungeon by themselves. We will see what happens. But there you go.
Well, I mean, with the wizard MIA, it has officially become questionable.
Yeah.
Shaman will leave Kane and I 2 things to punch. It'll be fine. So great.
All right. So, in effect, it is basically, as it kind of boils down to, Willton and Boldrago. Runemane is, we'll say he's kind of also watching, but he's always usually quiet. So, it's not very surprising that he's quiet right now. So this is the picture you see before you right now at Jorgenfist, is pretty much what you see. And let me actually get you over to a bigger portion so you guys can have a...
We haven't moved us. There we go.
Well, you had a map in your dilly bopper.
Yeah.
In your drop down. All right. So I've got you over here, well out of the way, so that if you find yourselves wanting to venture in, you can, or otherwise you don't have to. Like I said, the companions and the familiars did a pretty good job of getting the basic lays of the land and getting this little map scrawled out for you.
Very artistic.
Yes. Zhao is best monkey. It's the opposable thumbs that make it really a lot easier for him.
So, how much do you want? How much trouble do you want to cause?
I'm not looking for trouble, just to solve the disputes.
Why do I have a bad feeling that you are going to try and do... How do you plan to solve this dispute? Perhaps I should just start with that question.
Possible. I would just talk to the headstone, the Mokmorian. But it's troublesome to get to him.
And it sounds as though he has a clue about magic if he's looking for the stone.
It's possible. It will be the first of the giants, though.
Be careful. Whenever you underestimate the savage people's magic, it tends to end up biting you in the ass. Then again, I would say that your type of magic is probably closest to what I would imagine them to be able to manifest by those that are more inclined. A form more divine than arcane. By whatever gods or demons or whatever powers favored them. Either way, how do you want to try and get a meeting with this overseer? This elder giant, whatever his title may be.
I believe he's only known as the Mokmorian. I would say I would talk to him. I would talk to his men, and then we will maybe get to an agreement. But who knows?
I can assure you,
be,
Sandpoint will most certainly not agree to any form of tribute or servitude or things of that nature, and I'm certain that the rest of the group, myself included, would not make such a deal. You would be speaking for yourself alone on those sorts of arrangements. Although, to be fair, the way they speak about you, that might actually be worth something to them. Who knows?
Oh, what do they say?
Have you not heard the screaming? I can't even speak giant, and I know when someone is crying for their mommy by the tone of their voice.
Oh. I wasn't so certain they were aimed at me.
You were the only person there, friend. Remember the other night where you tried to go and make a friend, talk to someone else, and then it all kind of went poorly.
Just because I'm the only person doesn't mean I was the only one.
Fair, I guess. Still, I'm just mod. I am at my most powerful when I have a few moments to set up, if you will. So if you'd expect a fight, it'd be best to put me somewhere with a good view and give me a few moments.
Would a bird's eye view do it?
I kind of look over at Skoros' falcon. I can't remember her name.
Burb.
Malta.
Burb. Yeah, look at Burb.
Herb.
I tend to make myself a bit bigger when it comes to combat. If I have my choice, I'd actually make myself the size of the giants themselves and wield a bow that even they would be concerned of.
But then you wouldn't fly.
I could fly for a few minutes. Fly long enough in my own form. But then I would have to rely on Burb.
Well, let's see if they are willing to talk. And if not, well, we improvise something.
Well, I've lived and dealt with Skoros most of my adult life, so that has taught me to improvise very well.
Very good.
Either way, Mr. Diplomat.
All right. So these are like little encampments of like tents.
Like the A2s.
All of the A2s appear to be different. Encampments is the right word. Some of them are slightly more permanent. Some of them aren't, but most of them have tops that are not necessarily. They're not necessarily a more permanent dwelling like a mud hut or a stone hut or anything, but they seem to have set up semi-permanent places there, and they are pretty much removed from each other in the way that you see them. You can tell that this watchtower here is occupied regularly. You guys are getting there, I believe we said in the early morning, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
You guys came when you came. So, you guys should have control of your tokens. You can let me know where you want to descend. Or where you want to go and start to make your way to first. Any of those are possible, but you can tell that there's definitely different tribes in these A2s.
Do we just want to go to the closest one? You know, friend, I did just have an idea. Should this whole talk with the Mokori, however the hell you say it. Common is such an annoying tongue. If nothing else, perhaps with the way these tribes are split up and what's not, we could perhaps, if you cannot get the Mokori to follow you, perhaps we could get some tribe leader to follow you? And maybe we could, I don't know, tip the odds to make them the one in control? Instead of us playing into the hand of another, let us have one playing in our hand. Dear
yeah,
gods,
we could see
I
into
am
that.
spending too much time with you. I'm starting to think of plans that you would actually do.
Or perhaps I'm just being played in your hands.
I am not that devious. I know people who are, but that is not me.
Okie dokie.
But
So-
still,
Go ahead and make me some perception checks as the morning dawn rises.
And my falcon will guidance you both.
jeez Louise. All the guidances. Oh my god.
Oh,
Like
boy.
we needed it. 41.
So,
41 is
41
much better.
36.
Yeah, haha.
All right. So,
I guess I'm going to roll one too if you don't mind, Adam.
for the Falcon, okay, can it
Yeah.
get higher than a 40?
No, it can't. But I
So-
want to play
I got a
Pathfinder.
36.
I have waited 45 minutes. I will roll a d20. Heck on all of you.
At least I got a
Fine stuff.
D6. That's with a 0 in wisdom.
And I have a 13. All right, cool. We're good.
Okay. So, you guys are, we'll say that you're on a vantage point up here on these mountains where you can kind of get a good view. Because you're not flying the whole time, except if you're Boldrago. So, right about there, you can see plenty of what you need to, and as the sun starts to come out, you hear a down by the river, and you see 1, 2, 3 dragon-like creatures. You can't get a good look at them from where you are right away, but large winged creatures with no feathers, so you're assuming dragon-esque, kind of emerge and start to drink out of the river, and one of them splashes about a bit before coming out.
Boldrago, would you happen to know what those things are?
I can barely see what they are, but perhaps the money would know. Hey, money. Please.
I mean, I'm going to roll an Arcana, because I guess since there's some sort of draconic creatures, maybe that will help me identify them.
I didn't realize Boldrago's familiar was just straight out of Snow White.
Is it fair for me to roll Arcana, GM?
Mm-hmm. You can roll.
All right.
G is for guidance, and it made it a 15.
All right.
Yeah, no, I probably don't have a clue.
It's hard to see. It's more that you can't get a good look to see from where you are. The bird, you want the bird to go and take a closer look, or are you wanting it to see from
Hey, you can take a closer look if the distance is bothering him.
Okay. It goes a bit closer. It flies. There's plenty of space here. They seem to be just doing their morning normal stuff, looking for fish in the river and kind of stretching their wings, getting ready to fly about a bit. And Amani gets to about right here. And now, does it need to roll to identify, or what are we looking at here?
Yeah, it's just a smart bird. I rolled a 20 for Arcana.
Okay, a 24 Arcana. Okie dokie. That's enough, especially with the distance not giving it as much of a problem. It wouldn't have been hard for, even with Wilton's roll, if he had had better line of sight. Amani, without the problems of the line of sight and the distance, is able to fully understand that, yeah, these are wyverns, but they look really beefy and in really good health for wyverns. They look a bit stronger than just lankier ones.
Steroid wyverns.
Steroid wyverns. Permanence on a bull strength or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
but they look like pretty tough-looking wyverns. She's familiar enough with that type of thing to know it. And she relays as such back to you. Levi is here!
All right, we have 2 full casters. Jorgenfist is ours. Good. So good.
Yeah. I have to turn my computer on and all this stuff to fully get my character sheet. My family has a yard sale we set up every year, and if I'm not there, they will hurt themselves lifting things.
Sounds like family.
Their willpower outstrips their physical ability.
Yeah, it sounds like family.
Indeed.
Okay, so we're basically getting the lay of the land. And
Okay.
Boldrago and Willton have seen that each of the A's have, well, not A1, but all the A2s have distinct enough tints and markings and colorings and stuff that they are probably different tribes or different, at least groups of giants. And they're not all just they're not all just stone giants. That was relayed to you by the familiars and stuff. And so I had to make a perception check, and they saw that down here, since y'all were arriving in the morning, about 3 wyverns have come out to splash about in the pool a bit and start to find a nice place to sun themselves and get some stretching for their their wings and such, and get a flight in. So
Okay.
And that's where we are.
Amani, are they to be reasoned with?
The bird finds the wyverns attractive. Okay.
No. Shakes its head and goes,
Think less Looney Tunes, more Star Wars R2-D2.
Fair.
You were muted, Kane.
Sad boop.
Boop.
Yeah.
I do not know
Alright.
myself what they are exactly. I can't get a good look on them.
No, they seem to be wyverns.
Are they intelligent enough to be talked to?
Amani says no.
Do you think they work for
Well,
our giant friends?
she was asked if she thought that it was a good idea if they could be reasoned with. And she doesn't think so. That's her. You guys can assume whatever you want.
That is fine.
So my gut reaction is, what does Brasut know about wyverns?
That would depend. What is Brasut? Now, does Brasut have... Did we leave...
He has every knowledge.
Yes, but did we
And
leave...
guidance!
Did we leave Best Monkey back at the healing cave, or did we take him with you?
I don't remember exactly, but it makes sense to have left him because he doesn't have the only sleep for 2 hours like I do.
Okay.
So that
Alright.
seems reasonable.
So,
So, whatever knowledge you feel is good, maybe we'll start with Arcana.
yes.
13.
So, Arcana of a 13.
14. That will guide. Oh,
Guidance. Okie dokie.
on mute. Yes, guidance to Brasut.
The bird does indicate to Boldrago, and he kind of relates that they're a bit stronger looking, a bit buffer, a bit...
It does speak common, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So you
It
don't have
speaks
to.
common, or it
Yeah.
understands common?
No, it speaks common.
Oh, now I have to do a voice for the bird. Okay.
You already did it once.
Did I?
Yeah. In the cave, I think.
In the cave. Well,
Something.
now I don't
know.
remember. So we'll just have to work with what I got. So it goes... They look strong. Strong. But,
are surely not as smart as you are.
She puffs up her chest a little bit and hops about.
Were they... Did they have any shackles, chains, or collars, or anything man-made?
Didn't see any.
She got that kind of voice where she whistles in between her teeth as she talks.
Oh, there we go. I can do that. I didn't see any.
I know how much Alex loves that voice.
Didn't see any, Sonny.
Any.
And when she gets hit in combat, she goes, "My bones!
My brittle bird
No, my
bones!
You're breaking my bones!
All right. I believe they are not associated with the giants, but close neighbors. I don't know. Maybe they are all wyvern whisperers.
That sounds bad.
I am no good with talking to people. I leave that to you to take care of. But I'd be happy to be not too far away to provide sniper fire.
But you provide great company.
The last time I provided great company, it kind of ruined everybody else's plans. And while in the moment I was happy to get that giant dead, right now I need to be more focused on the objective. Now's the time for action, not for reaction, if you will. Oh, well. Either way.
What do you say, Brasut?
Well, we could just scout out the area with invisibility first. And ignore the wyverns for now. They're not our real goal.
I was about to go talk to them. The giants.
Yes, he wants to be diplomatic with the giants and hopefully maybe reason with them and come to a truce. Or something along that nature, if I were to understand it correctly.
Worth a shot. You seem to be able to take care of yourself.
I like to think so. I've gotten this far at least.
I can watch from the back and help if it goes south.
It is best if he stays in the back. Let us both be honest here, Boldrago. But I am a bad talker. Forgive me, but this is the first time you've said this many words around me, friend. I'm actually surprised to hear you talk this much.
I was specifically asked.
I just kind of look over at Boldrago with a look of, see what I mean?
Runemane always sounds so awkward.
I love
Good,
it.
I'm trying.
Yeah, he does a great job
I'm
with
proud.
that. He does a great job with that.
All right. Well, let's hope they are not easily angered.
Runemane, do you have overland flight on or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay, because I was thinking I might leave. I don't want to take Skoros' Falcon into combat directly. Kind of afraid to do that.
So, I'll make her invisible.
Yeah, she has a lot of combat feats that are all about, and I forget that it's an attack of opportunity, not an immediate action, but it's a +4 to AC as an attack of opportunity if you get attacked. By all means.
Oh, fair enough.
So-
I didn't realize she was that good.
So as long as she doesn't fight, she should be fine.
Yeah, I just... The thing is that Willton doesn't know how to fight with her. That's Skoros' thing.
Fair.
I mean, she's smart enough to help Willton, but at the same time, he's
Yeah.
not comfortable with it. And he doesn't want to put what his friend has very adamantly stated is the voice of their goddess in harm's way.
The voice will follow you regardless.
I know she'll follow, but at the same time, there's a difference between the voice being behind me and the voice getting swords to the face, or dragon fire to the face, or...
We did that already.
Well, it was your fault. It's not going to be
These
my
are just
fault.
poisonous.
It's not going to be my fault, is the thing.
All right.
It could be your fault, all it is. It's not going to be mine.
Okie dokie. So as you guys are discussing things and making your plans to go and look around and stuff, the normal dawn starts to happen and the villages or little encampments start to stir. You see that they're all giant kin of some kind. They are not all stone giants, but they're definitely all giant kin of stone some kind. From one of the spots, a kind of blue-looking giant, dark bluish-looking giant, starts to head towards the outlook there, and
Okay.
she comes out and heads that way. But other than that, all of them start to stir and move. Make me one more perception check.
Roger.
Well,
I don't know
we
why
can-
I'm competing with the show. And yeah, I go.
considering that Boldrago gets it so high all the time, we can probably run with. Let's see,
I mean, I also
33,
get it pretty high,
35.
too.
Yeah.
We're all just aiding another the highest one. 28 from me on a natural 20. So I'm the worst.
It was just a flurry of
A flurry
wonderful vision.
Of, yeah.
Flurry of eyes. Oh,
Um,
jeez.
Oh no, no.
Ugh.
Just
We
throw
didn't have that
eyeballs
idea.
at
Eyeball
people.
mesmerist.
Eyes in the dark.
Mm,
Painful stare when the stare is more painful for you because you rip out your own eyeball and chuck it.
Ugh.
So
Fatality!
what you guys see is not long right about the same time that blue giant comes out, she kind of slams the door a bit, and you hear kind of a caw-y, but it's not a caw from a bird necessarily. It seemed to be from a strained throat. And up on the ramparts right here at the gate appear 3 harpies coming out to stretch their wings in flight in the morning sun.
They sure are gathering the most oddest creature. Mm. Now, could this be reasoned with Amani?
She kind of looks. Sure, maybe. It's a bird. Person. They're
Very well.
smarter usually than the scaly ones.
Well, what if it's the servant of the bigger ones?
Oh, it probably is.
Well, then do we want to get involved in that? I don't think these things are going to be... Well, actually, never mind. You have a great idea of how these things are going to react. I'll leave you to it. Just tell me whether to shoot. That is how I tend to react or function. I mean, if you want to, we could perhaps put on some illusions and just walk towards them. Perhaps a horde of elephants or something, a golden throne for you to sit on. Make it a real show for you to show up as some big foreign dignitary or power or magic or thing of that nature. I
No,
don't
nothing
know.
like that.
No?
I will send a herald. They will come to me.
I thought we were going to be diplomatic, not burn their villages, plunder their treasures, and. But I do not plan on doing anything to their women, and I hope you two do not as well.
No, but I do not discriminate at the same time.
I shrug. I don't think that's not what I. Alright, I am not going to win in this conversation. I just shake my head.
So are the harpies taking flight, or are they remaining on the ramparts?
They are flying around the ramparts right here. They seem to be staying within the area of the gate.
All right.
It might be a good idea for us to first take care of the wyverns. If they become hostile to us, well, I'm confident in our abilities to take care of them.
Oh yeah, sure, but I do not wish to speak to them.
Okay, so keep one alive, kill the other two. Is that how this is supposed to work? Or are you going to go for all three?
No, I'll go to the tower and see if I can find a friend. And he starts making his way this way.
Oh, for the love of the gods above and below.
Oh, there? Okay. Everybody starts flying over towards the tower?
I mean, I'm keeping up with Boldrago.
But
just for this part, going invisible.
Okay. Fair enough.
And because Tommy requested it, and sure, seems good enough, the bird will get a mage armor.
Woo! Barbie. So since there's a bunch of flying things, Matia is going to basically just stick to Willton like 5 feet above his head, lest I nebulously fly 100 some odd feet in the air and get harpied to death. Seems bad.
Okay.
I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I know how that works.
Oh, the Harpy Sisters? Yeah. Those are
And you got 3 blue dragons down there? Yeah, we're in danger!
3 blue dragons, yes. They fuse into
Blue
Blue
Eyes
Eyes
White
Ultimate
Dragons,
Dragon.
thank you very much.
Yeah. Alright.
God, that felt so...
Nerd! Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so the tower.
The tower.
There was like a blue one in there.
Yes, the blue one was making her way. Do you wait for her to get to the tower, or do you go to the tower first?
I'll intercept her, probably.
Okay. she's
Basically,
coming
what I
this
want
way.
to do is I want to cast my my rainbow pattern spell.
Your rainbow pattern spell.
Yeah, my rainbow pattern spell. It's basically a face of Boldrago, or like there's this
It's color spray, but worse.
Color spray, but Adam edits in the Rainbow Road soundtrack from Mario Kart.
Not really. It's
Why do I feel like me and Runemane are just following Boldrago because we have no better option?
Morbid curiosity comes to mind.
That too. Oh, this is going to end horribly.
it's basically like a constellation of his face.
Okay.
You and I obviously have very different descriptions of fun, friend.
Fine, not fun.
I mean, it is your own description. Do not let me tell you what is fun or is not fun.
I said fine, not fun.
So basically, within like 210 feet of this giant,
Okay.
he'll have to roll a will save or become fascinated.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll come back to that in a minute, because we're going to cut over to our other group. We'll say you guys got about right there. And we're going to see what they've been doing, mainly healing, from what I am understanding. Is that correct?
Pretty much.
Skoros is we find a place to lay down, drink too many potions, probably use the Whiz Palace after, and then just
Wiz Palace.
done forever. I like part
The Palace of Wiz.
Yeah, it's where the Wiz lives. He casts all the spells, and I guess we we go to the bathroom there. And maybe that's where the only plumbing is. But yeah, no, it's Skoros is just going to put his back to a wall and pass out, basically.
I updated the healing rules I made. I forgot to add my D8 inspiration to them, which actually helped knock both of them up over the 30 mark.
There you go. So, you guys are doing your thing. You're getting healed up. Anything you want to do over the night aside from sleep? Probably not. Probably pretty beat up.
Well, we leveled.
That is true.
And
I'm back in the triple digits again, which is nice.
After rest, I'll get... I'm sorry, I know we talked about this. We get just our level times con. Is that right?
I think he broke the DC for long-term care. So I think it's doubled.
So double my level times con doubled. So then I would get 44 back.
And depending on how far down y'all are, I can throw what I should have left before I shut down and prepare for the next day. Have 2 heal severe or cure serious wounds.
Okay.
Well, after the rest, I'll be at 79 out of 92. I don't know where Egor is at.
I'm at 106 out of 126.
So it sounds like a couple potions for each of us, and we're good.
All right. So,
Those giants.
Zhao will clean up all of the blood and mess from everyone.
Good.
Because he's uncomfortable with it.
He's uncomfortable with mess.
So is Skoros. He's just too beat up.
He's
and
a
tired
ballet
to
monkey.
care.
He's like that butler. He's like that butler who's been like keeping things clean for so long that like the idea of being in a dirty room is kind of gross.
Zhao walks around with one hand like this all the time, whether or not there's a little doily tucked over it.
All right. So, you guys rest over the night, get plenty of hit points back, and so on and so forth.
Get all our level up abilities.
Ba-dum-ba-dum. And
I do more fire now.
I have more martial flexibility now.
I'm hotter than ever before.
That is what
you
all the
are.
ladies tell him. So, you guys...
Just wait till he gets back to Sandpoint.
I don't know. The dragon lady, she gave me the eyeball when we were leaving. I think she is upset with Egor.
As you guys are resting and stuff like that, you start to hear noise outside. You guys sealed yourselves up pretty well and put yourselves out of the way and such. You hear some noise from outside, but not right outside your area, just over where you had battled before in the night.
Okay. I guess, once we're up and around, Skoros will go to whatever hole the oxygen is coming in from and peep out of it.
Press his mouth up against it.
Oh, wait, we forgot to have an oxygen hole. Oh, new characters.
New characters, you die of suffocation in your sleep.
What a horrible way to go. Whew.
Well, I mean...
Hypoxia? You would just drift away in a beautiful dream.
Yeah. You get giddy after you start to lose enough oxygen.
There are worse ways to go.
Dreaming of all of the harpies and wyverns I will soon tackle out of the sky.
So, you guys rest up, and you do hear that, so you guys can peek out, make me a perception check.
Deal. I didn't think I'd have to break out Skoros' sheet. All right, here we go. I have a 32 guidance myself. There's that gut reaction. Guidance! But nope, my guidance machine is gone.
That's right. So you kind of look out, and you see that there's a stone giant out there, and he's ordering around several other stone giants, and looking at the different things that was going on, looking at the different bodies, and you see he's upset, and he's talking to talking to his fellows, and I don't think anybody except Kellery speaks Giant, and they're kind of far away.
I actually did put 1 rank in linguistics at level 11, so I could speak Giant.
Okay, so you start to pick up a few words. It's hard from as far away as he is, because you guys did make sure to get enough distance from them that it would be a good idea to not have to worry about them. However, you see him kind of look around and shake his head real hard and says, "Fools and this invaders, warn," and you recognize Mokmorian. And he points to, and you kind of get that he's leaving them there. He leaves a couple there. But you also see him, and you see him dig down as if he's trying to pull something up, but you know there's nothing right there from where you were last night, and his hand drives up, and greenish flame licks downward, and then upward, and you see bodies rise.
Okay. Is it like super clear they're zombies from here? Or are they like all shambly?
They dead. It's the same ones. Same ones that was dead last night.
He could be true Resident. I don't know what you're throwing at us. I don't know what changes you've made to this AP. It could
They're
be crazy.
definitely as broken as they were when we put them down the first time.
Yeah, one of them's
They're
heads.
the dirt now.
One of the one who got skull capped, he just raises up. And
I'm now realizing when Kane said they're as broken, he did not mean it as they are as powerful. It means like,
They are as shattered and mangled as they were hours previous.
So you see him do
then I
that,
guess
and he
the
starts
first
to
question
march
is,
on and go
do we have any
up the road.
getting out? Like, does Kellery have like the ability to cast Stone Shape / a scroll or anything like that?
Pour some really strong mineral acid on the wall.
Egor and I just start punching. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably break us out of here
Eventually.
pretty quick.
Well, I'm forgetting, how did we decide we were taking care of that?
I assume someone would just come back and get us.
Stone-shaped?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Actually, short of, getting much bigger and kicking our way out, wait a second, do I have that? Yeah, I can do that. I will use one of my 3rd level slots for that. Burrow.
Oh, all right. Sounds like
We knew Kellery was weird. He didn't know he was one of the mole people. So I guess Skoros will look out the window.
If you think that's bad, wait till I pop a potion, a extract of undead anatomy in front of you.
Shit. That's all for us.
Or the skin. No, it doesn't make me undead. It just makes me resemble undead. And I can also, where I can, kind of shed my skin and use it as a puppet.
Skin sand is such an awful spell.
I love that.
Yeah. So Skoros looks out the peephole. Skoros understands a little bit. Skoros sees Zambos. Looks like they are onto us. What do you think? Do we wait for the rest of them? Or do we ambush them now? Skoros rolls his shoulders, cracks his knuckles.
How many are there? I'll go out and check.
You go look.
A fine question.
And
No, to go to look,
yes.
not dig out yet.
Yes.
Are you sure we have been discovered? Maybe they just find dead bodies, think they were attacked.
And so they know that someone is coming to their fortress. I distinctly heard the word invaders.
28 on perception.
With not just with you, but with also Skoros kind of saying, "I saw this one too," type thing. You get an idea that there's probably 3 or 4, and then this caster. And the caster is taking 2 with him, and then the zombies with him, or the skeletons, or whatever they are. These things that have risen up.
Okay, I'll roll spellcraft, see if I can figure out what they are.
Okay.
Man, I hate it when I roll low. I rolled a 7.
Looks pretty good from here.
The 27.
I got to say,
With the way he describes it, you didn't get to see him cast it, but Skoros describes it, and to the best of your knowledge, that sounds a lot more like an animate dead spell.
Okay.
He seemed to only resurrect stone giants, though. He did not bother with any hill giants.
Makes sense. If Kellery has knowledge religion, it would identify like what specifically they came back as. Not that I think they're anything more than zombies, but
Yeah, I have most of the knowledge skills, and I can even throw inspiration at it untrained. So that would be
for free.
I love investigators so much.
yes. So 25
25. From what knowledge now?
religion.
All right. Let me look up real quick.
And then, do you think that 2-level dip in Mind Chemist with Investigator is worth it?
You certainly could. I think Lucia is playing a investigator here at the house, and the empiricist investigator is like the archetype that everybody is, and then a 1-level dip in Inspired Blade looks really good.
Yeah.
Mindfulness
Would let you add your intelligence modifier twice on knowledge rolls.
Oh yeah, by all means then.
Yes, and it also opens up the cognitin, and instead of mutagen, it's messes, not your brawn.
Well,
Yeah.
you get the cognition and a discovery out of the 2-level dip.
Mm-hmm. Free vestigial arm.
Okay.
Now, prepared for today, I would have given them each out of what I had left before I swapped over my days.
Okay.
Nice.
So do I just go ahead and roll for those? It's going to be 6.
I think Tommy already rolled his.
68 plus 18. We're saying my alchemist and investigator levels don't stack for. Otherwise, they'd be plus 22.
Okay.
But I figure that likely would put everyone back up to full or close to.
After getting 9 hit points back, I'm 4 down, which, considering I end the fight with about 4 hit points, hasn't been a little sketched out still. But
Tom, you rolled 1d8.
Yeah, you said
Right, it was-
late ones.
This many.
Oh, okay.
Three of
Yeah. I'll take another one.
So
And
you wanted
No.
to identify what type of creature that was? Whether it
So
was
that would still only be 15.
a zombie or a skeleton, is that correct?
Yes, I wanted to get an idea of what it is and any weaknesses
Okay.
to mind.
You definitely know that from watching them, you can't get a good look at him because he's moving down the road. He seems to be continuing towards Jorgenfist. So he's starting to leave. You kind of catch in view, and he seems to have raised skeletons, not zombies, because you can tell, even though their body has flesh on it, it doesn't adhere like a zombie's would. a zombie's flesh magically stays attached as well as it can to the bone, whereas a skeleton, when it's raised, may still have flesh on it, but it drips off and sloughs off, and that's kind of what's happening with these. So,
well, of course, Adam. That's
and for
giant
those
ribs. Meat falls right off the bone.
tender.
and for the
Ribs.
I rolled for those 2 cure severe wounds, so it'd be 49 for Skoros and 48 for
Okay.
Egor.
Egor.
Oh yeah,
So
I'm
you-
well up.
That's what you guys see. What are you going to do?
I figured. Okay. Gentlemen, I'm willing to take suggestions, but here's my thought. We should wait for and his party to get away. We take the remaining giant who is here and dispose of him as 2 giants as quietly as possible. And then we follow the other pair, the other party, and see what turns up.
I concur.
Yeah, this
Fighting them 2 at a
good
time
idea
is
to
much
take
better.
them when they are alone.
And on the bright side, you don't have to worry about being put in the kitty pen again, do you, Egor?
No, I would very much like not to be put inside of box.
I unfortunately don't have that among my abilities. So,
Fortunate for me.
Can you make me invisible by chance?
of course I can make you 2 invisible.
All right. Well, as they scheme and plan, we're pretty much at our time, so we're going to have to let them scheme and plan. Well, you guys have to say goodbye, because we're going to cut it right here, and we're going to come back with Boldrago and Brasut and Willton at their group, and see how this whole constellation face thing pans out, and then we will see what happens with their planning with this necromancer stone giant coming along the way too. So we hope you return. We hope you enjoyed this time, and we hope that you will be able to enjoy and like, share, subscribe, whatever that type of stuff. And as always, have a great day. God bless. Enjoy. Bye.
How are we getting out of hole?
With punching!
No, I'm going to take us away.
This content was made possible by travelers and viewers like you. Thank you.